The man who was mentioned 4 times more than the war in Iraq during the debate, Joe the Plumber. NBC's Kevin Tibbles is in Joe's hometown. It's Holland, Ohio. Kevin, good morning.
Matt, hometown, I'm standing in his front yard here on the modest street where this average Joe the Plumber has now found himself in the center of the political stage.
My name is Joe Wurzelbacher.
Good to see you, Joe.
I'm getting ready to buy a company that makes about $250,000, $270,000, $80,000 a year.
Right.
Your new tax plan is going to tax me more, isn't it?
On Sunday, he was just an average Joe speaking to Barack Obama at a campaign stop in his Ohio neighborhood. But today, Joe the Plumber is at the center of the race for the White House.
Joe, I want to tell you, I'll not only help that you buy that business that you worked your whole life for.
And I'm happy to talk to you, Joe, too, if you're out there. Here's your fine, 0.
So who is Joe the Plumber? He's Joe Wurzelbacher, a 34-year-old single father who says his American dream is to, quote, have a house, a dog, a couple of rifles, and a bass boat.
Well, I enjoy plumbing. I like fixing things with my hands. I get up every morning at 4:30. I go to work. I don't get home until 6 or 7. I cook dinner. I do homework with my son. I do yard work on the weekends. I just, regular, typical day.
The news reported at this hour from our NBC affiliate in Toledo, Ohio. Joe the Plumber has gone to sleep.
But thanks to the debate, Joe the Plumber is now a household name with his own Wikipedia page, which sprang up overnight.
I was astounded, to hear my name on national television, spoken by a presidential candidate. It just floored me.
Joe won't say who he backs in the race for the White House.
I'm going to cut taxes a little bit more for the folks who are most in need. And we'll for the 5% of the folks who are doing very well, I just want to make sure that they're paying a little bit more.
But it's clear he was not impressed with his 5 minutes with Obama on Sunday. He calls himself an average Joe with firm views on everything from immigration.
I like to see our borders closed. You got the Mexican government. If they find foreigners or aliens on their soil, it's incredible what they would do to them. America's open. We don't penalize them for coming over. We just give them give them a bus ride back across the border.
To big government.
I'd like to see, the government downsized extremely, but is that going to happen? I don't know. Once you start giving handouts, it's hard to stop.
To cutting taxes.
A lot of the stuff the government's doing right now is a lot of taxation without representation, and last time that happened, a couple guys got together and threw the Brits out.
Now, the conversation I had with Joe the Plumber.
And after his brush with fame, what does Joe think will happen to him?
I'll have my 15 minutes come November 4th, depending on who wins. If McCain wins, I might get another day or 2 out of it, and if Obama wins, then I'll be, a footnote maybe at the most, but I won't be recognized again, and that'll be fine with me.
And now it's time to watch and wait and see if this average Joe the Plumber has any influence on the other average Joes or Janes or Jills out there this election. Matt?
Kevin Tibbles in Holland, Ohio this morning. Kevin, thanks very much.